Fortaleza is the big main city. It was I'm from like a little town out east, and getting to Fortaleza was like it was mind blowing how big it was. It was intense and loud and noisy and smelly, and I was getting thrown off, and I was miserable the first day I was there. I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the hardest adjustments I've ever made. But then you get to know the people there, and they're not gonna lie, it's a big city. There's some rude people, but the Brazilian people are so loving and caring, and they kind of made that city home for me. Um, you get a lot more, well, you get a lot more flagrant poverty in Fortaleza a lot of the time, or rather, there's a very drastic difference between the poor sectors and the wealthy sectors. Um, a lot of missionaries prefer to work in the poorer sectors because they're a little more humble. But yeah, there's a lot of poverty in Fortaleza. They call them favelas instead of ghettos. But weather's hot. It's always hot in Fortaleza. In any city that I talk about, there's going to be hot weather. It doesn't rain a ton except for like from January to March. It rains a little bit. You will live in some, like, generally if you're in the city, you'll live in some decent housing, but don't expect like American style homes because, like I said, different culture, different life. And honestly, those houses have become homes, so it's really not that bad. There's so many buses. You will take buses everywhere. Be prepared to like buses if you don't like buses right now, because you need to learn to like buses. I took buses almost every day in certain areas. There were other times we didn't have enough money, so we walked. But there were other times where we needed to take a bus to get to our area, for zone conferences, district meetings, mission conferences, get to the mission office. It was always a bus. You had to take a bus. Taxis are too expensive, so just be expecting that, and it's kind of a blast. Just it gets crowded and a little invasive with the number of people they put on the bus, so make sure you secure your own space and make sure your companion's with you before you get on the bus. I saw so many companionships where one companion got on the bus and the other one was left behind, and the bus left and the companionships were split up. It was funny because they ran after the bus, but avoid that if you can.